Let me try something. I'm going to guess something about you, and if I'm wrong, you can just close the video. But if I'm right, you should probably stay. You clicked on the video because there is something in your life right now that you know you should start, right? Maybe it's a project, maybe it's a YouTube channel, maybe it's just a business idea you kept thinking about when you're in the shower or lying in bed at night, right? Maybe it's a conversation you need to have. Or maybe it's a simple decision you've been postponing for way too long. And every time you think about it, you tell yourself the same simple sentence. I'm just not ready yet, right? You probably say things like, I just need a bit more time. I just need a bit more clarity, or I need to think about it properly. I need to prepare a little more. Or the most common thing I always said to myself, it's just not the right moment yet. I need more time. And if you're really honest with yourself, you've been saying that for a while, right? Probably for weeks or for months or even for a few years. And the crazy part is this. It sounds completely reasonable. It sounds not like a fear. It sounds like responsibility, like you are being smart, like you are being careful of your life, like you're just preparing for the thing you want to achieve, right? But the uncomfortable truth is, and this took me a very, very long time to understand, you're not waiting to feel ready. You're waiting for certainty. And certainty is something life almost never gives you. There is a story almost everyone tells themselves when they are about to start something uncomfortable. The story goes like this. One day I will feel ready. One day I will understand enough. One day I'll feel confident enough. One day I have enough clarity to start this one thing, you know? And then finally I will start, right? But if you've been alive long enough, you've probably noticed something strange. That day never really comes. There's always something missing. Another thing you need to learn, another skill you need to develop, or another problem you need to solve first before you can start finally, right? There's always another reason why now is not the right time. Now is not the perfect time to start the things. And the starting line keeps moving in the future. Every time you get close to it, it moves a little further away. And for a long time, I thought this was normal. I thought it was just a part of the process. I thought this is what being responsible looks like. But eventually I realized something that honestly made me uncomfortable. I wasn't preparing, I was just hiding. And this video is exactly for the people who are feeling the same. Most people think procrastination looks like laziness. Scrolling all day, watching Netflix, or avoiding the work. But the most dangerous form of procrastination is not laziness. It is this quiet thing about preparing, planning, watching tutorials, studying for a bit more, taking notes, comparing all those tools out there, or learning new strategies. And the worst part is, it just feels so freaking productive. You feel like you're moving forward. You feel like you're doing something that gets you closer to your vision, to your goal, but nothing in your real life actually changed. Your life stays exactly the same. Maybe a 6 month pass or even 1 year passes and you still haven't started what you think what you wanted to start all the way, right? But you have very good explanations for why you haven't started it yet. I remember a moment where this exact thing really hit me. I was researching another topic. I was watching all those explanation videos about it. I was taking notes and trying to figure out the best way to start it. And always when I got closer to this starting point, I was getting more comfortable with not starting, because waiting wasn't making me ready. It trained me to stay exactly where I was. And every day I didn't start, it became easier not to start the next day and the next day and the next week and the month. That's the part nobody wants you about. Waiting is not neutral. Waiting is a practice. You're practicing being the person who almost never starts things. And if you practice this long enough, this becomes your identity. Most people believe life works like this. First you get the clarity, then you get the confidence, then you take the action. You think something like, I'll start when everything out there makes sense. But let me tell you this one thing, and if you can take away one thing about this video, it should be this one. Life doesn't work like this. Real life works in the opposite order. You need to take the action first. Then after that, there comes the clarity, the confidence. Then you start, you mess up things and you learn and you adjust. And slowly things become to make sense. Clarity doesn't come from thinking. Clarity comes from doing, from experience, from making all those little mistakes who lead you on the right path, from seeing what actually works and what doesn't work. When I think back, when I started recording all these videos, I had no idea what I was doing. Honestly, I didn't know if anyone would ever watch them. I didn't know what topics I would resonate to myself. I didn't know what kind of creator I even wanted to be. And all of those questions were in my head. And if I had waited until I had answers to all of them, I probably never would have started. And probably would never start in the future too. Because the answer always appears after I started, not before. You don't figure things out in theory, you figure things out in motion. Imagine standing in a complete dark room. You can't see anything, right? There are no walls, there are no doors, there is no direction you can head because you don't see anything with your eyes. You have you have two options. Either you stand still and wait for a light to turn on, or you can start moving, right? But slowly, just one step, feeling your way forward, letting your eyes adjust with the darkness. Most people out there will stand still and wait for something to happen. Maybe a person who helps them, maybe a mentor who takes the hand or something like that, or maybe the perfect timing, right? But the real builders out there, and you are one of the builders because you're watching this video right now, you don't know where the door is. You don't know how long the room is, or you don't know how often you will bump into a wall or into an obstacle, but you move anyway. And with every step you take on this way, you will see a little more. Not the whole path. You will never see the whole path. Just the next step. And that's all the progress that's ever required from you. Because we live our life forward and understand it backwards. Every time you are trying to figure something out, you are trying to see the future, but you can't. You can just live the moment and then reflect on the past. What have you done to become where you want? But this goes deeper than just starting some projects. This is about your whole identity. Every day you wait, you reinforce a version of yourself. You reinforce the version of yourself that plans everything, that thinks about everything, that researches about every topic. The person who is always almost ready, right? And slowly that becomes the story you believe about yourself. You tell yourself something like, I'm someone who prepares, I'm someone who thinks things through. But pillars are not defined by preparation. They're defined by movement. You start confused, you start imperfect, you start before anything ever even makes sense, right? And through that process, you slowly become the kind of person who builds things and creates his own life. And I want to be honest with you about something. This is not something you solve once. This pattern keeps coming back. Every new level of your life comes with new uncertainty. Every new step brings new reasons to wait. And even now, there are things in my life where I catch myself thinking, I'll start when I feel ready, right? And every time I notice it, I have to remind myself, the truth is I will never feel ready. I will not become ready by waiting. I will just become ready by moving on and going forward and doing the hard, uncomfortable things. So instead of asking yourself, am I ready? Ask a different question. Ask something like, what is the smallest step I can take today to move forward? Not the perfect step, not the final plan, not the best output, just the next step. The first ugly step, I will call it, the uncomfortable one. Something you have been postponing for such a long time, because that step changes something inside you. It moves you from the category of people who think into the category of people who actually act. And that identity shift changed everything for you. So let me ask you something honestly. What is the thing you've been postponing? The thing you have keep thinking about, something you have keep avoiding or keep telling yourself you will start soon. You already know what it is, right? A project, a video, a YouTube channel, a business, a sales call, a conversation with your loved ones. I don't know. Just the first step. You don't need more certainty. You don't need a perfect plan. So just ask yourself this question and solve the problem. You don't need another month of preparation, I can tell you this. It will not get easier. You need the movement. Because the version of you that eventually succeeds is not the one who finally feels ready. It's the one who started. Starting is the goal of everything. Starting is the starting point, right? Start messy, start unsure, start just anyway. Because waiting will never make you feel ready, but starting will.